Welcome to the Wha-khem universe, where fan theories come to life, hidden details get uncovered, and your favorite worlds get even more exciting. Let's dive in. As we move deeper into the multiverse saga of the MCU, one question looms. What happens to Earth's defenses after the fall of S.H.I.E.L.D.? We've seen the organization crumble in Secret Invasion, and with new threats emerging, Earth needs a replacement. Enter the Time Variance Authority, or TVA. Could they step in to take over Earth's defense? Let's explore why the TVA is perfectly positioned to become the new force that protects the multiverse and Earth itself. For those who remember, S.H.I.E.L.D. has been a central pillar of Earth's defense in the MCU, handling everything from alien invasions to Hydra infiltrations. But after the events of Avengers Endgame and the revelations of Secret Invasion, it's clear that S.H.I.E.L.D. is no longer what it once was. The agency has been compromised, and trust in it has crumbled. In Secret Invasion, we saw how vulnerable Earth was, with the Skrulls infiltrating the highest levels of government, and S.H.I.E.L.D. had no ability to prevent that. Their resources were spread too thin, and the agency lacked the focus it once had. This leaves a gaping hole in Earth's defenses. With an ever-increasing number of multiversal threats emerging, Earth needs a stronger, more capable defense system. This is where the TVA comes in. Now, it's important to remember that S.H.I.E.L.D. has fallen before. Back in Captain America, the Winter Soldier, we saw how Hydra had secretly infiltrated and undermined the organization from within. The fall of S.H.I.E.L.D. wasn't the end, though. It was an opportunity for rebuilding. Nick Fury and other key figures like Maria Hill and Black Widow worked to reclaim S.H.I.E.L.D.'s purpose and reestablish the agency. This history of rebuilding suggests that S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't entirely gone. It could rise from the ashes, just as it did once before. However, in the face of even greater threats, it might be overshadowed by the TVA. For those who might not be entirely familiar with the TVA, let's quickly recap. The TVA is a bureaucratic organization tasked with monitoring and maintaining the timeline. Their job is to ensure that timelines stay intact and that no one messes with the flow of time. Because, as we've seen, messing with time can lead to disastrous consequences. Their reach goes beyond just one timeline. They manage the multiverse itself. What makes the TVA unique is their vast knowledge of time and multiversal events. They've seen the rise and fall of countless universes. They have access to technology that can travel through different realities and alternate dimensions, making them one of the most powerful organizations in the MCU. Now, if we look at where the TVA stands after Loki Season 2, we can start to understand how they could evolve into the next big defense force in the MCU. Spoilers ahead, so if you haven't watched it yet, you might want to skip ahead a little. By the end of the season, we saw Loki take on a more prominent role, becoming a kind of multiversal timekeeper, the god of stories. The TVA, once working under the command of Kang, now operates with its own mission. They no longer answer to Kang, but instead work for the balance of the multiverse itself. Loki, as the new leader, takes on a role similar to Nick Fury's, but instead of gathering Earth's mightiest heroes, he's ensuring the multiverse doesn't collapse under its own weight. This shift in the TVA's focus is critical. Where they once operated as a neutral organization, they are now dedicated to preserving the balance of the multiverse. And given the knowledge they have of timelines, they have an unmatched understanding of multiversal threats, something that could be incredibly valuable for Earth. So why the TVA specifically? Why not another organization or team? Well, the TVA has several advantages that make them the perfect fit. First off, the TVA has access to some of the most advanced technology in the universe. Their ability to traverse timelines and realities is unparalleled. They can monitor events from multiple dimensions and can quickly react to multiversal threats, making them more than capable of handling any cosmic disturbances that might arise. Furthermore, their knowledge of how to reset timelines, prune unwanted branches, and restore balance means they could have a unique approach to dealing with multiversal threats. This gives them a distinct advantage over Earth's traditional defense systems, which are limited in their scope and focus. Unlike S.H.I.E.L.D., which is focused primarily on Earth-bound threats, the TVA is aware of the multiverse. They understand that Earth is just one tiny part of a much bigger picture. This makes them more capable of dealing with threats that span multiple universes. As we saw with Kang, multiversal threats are unlike anything Earth has faced before, and dealing with such threats requires a level of awareness and preparation that the TVA possesses. With S.H.I.E.L.D. and other earthly defense systems in disarray, the TVA can fill the gap. They're already plugged into the multiverse and can respond to threats that Earth-based organizations like S.H.I.E.L.D. can't even begin to understand. If the multiversal threats continue to escalate, such as incursions or reality warping forces, Earth will need a more global, more multiversal defense system. Now let's talk about the bigger picture. The upcoming Avengers movies are rumored to be building toward the end of the multiverse as we know it, especially with the events of Secret Wars. Kang, who once seemed like the big bad of the MCU, may no longer be the central threat we're heading toward. Instead, the conclusion of the multiversal saga could shift the balance, and that could make the TVA's role even more crucial. Instead of fighting against chaotic multiversal events, the TVA might become Earth's official enforcer, maintaining some semblance of order as the multiverse settles into a new phase. They could be charged with overseeing not just Earth, but also the multiversal boundaries, ensuring that any incursions, timeline anomalies, or dimensional breaches are dealt with swiftly. As we continue through Phase 5 and beyond, the TVA's role could start to integrate more deeply with Earth's defenses. Imagine the TVA becoming the primary agency responsible for monitoring and dealing with threats that span across timelines, universes, and dimensions. They could work alongside Earth's heroes, perhaps even overseeing the registration of new heroes and multiversal threats. We might even see Loki become the new Nick Fury-like figure, working in the background to coordinate the defense of the multiverse. He could act as a liaison between Earth's heroes and the TVA, ensuring that the right forces are in place to deal with any major threats. This change could set the stage for some exciting developments in the MCU. The TVA could become a central part of Earth's defense, integrating with other agencies and working alongside Earth's heroes. Loki could become the new Nick Fury-like figure, bringing together various factions to fight off cosmic threats. And with Kang no longer the central villain, the TVA might focus on managing multiversal peace and balancing cosmic forces. The TVA's role in the MCU is just beginning, and with Loki's rise to power, we're bound to see them take a much more prominent role in the defense of Earth and the multiverse. Thanks for tuning in to the Wha-khem universe. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, peace.